Hi everyone. Welcome to Writer's Salon, a video series. I'm Lauren.
And I am Sarah.
And the focus of this video is to help you figure out how to NaNoWriMo.
NaNoWriMo, as we have mentioned, is where your goal is to write a 50,000 word novel or 50,000 words of a novel. However, there are different ways you can accomplish that. I know personally, I have done 50,000 words, or have tried to do 50,000 words of research. I've written character description, setting descriptions. I've started prologues and bits of conversation and descriptions of houses and things like that, like family trees. And I've done 50,000 words of research. You have to have that to back building foundation before you start your novel. So you can start, if it's a brand new idea, you can get your 50,000 words in by research, writing character descriptions and all of that stuff. Or you can go ahead and write the novel.
So what I usually end up doing, I do plan ahead of time. I do have an idea ahead of time, like Sarah was saying about planning things out. And there was like 1 year where I had the basic gist of the story, ironically the one I was just mentioning in the first video that I'm writing the sequel to now. I was like, I have no idea what's going to happen here because I only have the basic premise and I don't know where it's going. And it was actually one of the most fun experiences I've ever had with NaNoWriMo. I just went all out. But what I do, because I'm a full-time librarian, is I just, whenever I have time to write is when I write. So usually a little bit in the morning, like before I have to go to work, after I've eaten breakfast, and at night when I come home. I also try to think ahead because November is a pretty busy month, especially like in America where we have Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend. People are traveling to see their families. It's right before Christmas. So I try to think ahead, like, okay, I'm not going to make the word count probably on Thanksgiving Day, so I try to write a little extra on other days to make up for it. And like if I know I'm gonna have a day off where I'm not really planning to do anything, I'll try to double my word count. So the yeah, the recommend.
Oh my goodness.
The you can find like NaNoWriMo calendars online that like they break it down. In order to achieve 50,000 words, you have to write at least like 1,667 words a day or something like that. So like some days when I'm off, I'll try to write 3,000 words. And it's a little insane. But it's fun too because again, you're not allowed to edit. You're not allowed to correct yourself. So there's something very freeing about that.
There is.
For me personally, it's just like lay off the self-critique, just write.
It's like every time I sit down to write, I find myself rereading what I wrote previously. But with Nano, it doesn't matter. And if you're writing every day, you kind of remember that better than like if you're leaving it for a week or two or month or years at a time. So you can work out the repetition and so forth when you get into the editing phase. Like just get the words on the page.
Yeah, and there are tools out there like NaNoWriMo has social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, the whole 9 yards, and they'll do throughout the day they'll do sprints. So they'll like, okay, you're going to write for 10 minutes and like do nothing else. That's great for me who like can get distracted really easily when I have the Google Doc open, but I have YouTube open in another tab. Sometimes the writing doesn't get done. So
yeah.
having to set aside like a dedicated small amount of time of this is when you're writing. You're not doing anything else.
And I personally love, like, particularly with NaNoWriMo or my very first rough draft of a project, to handwrite. So I'm not on the computer and I don't get distracted. I might have music playing or something like that, but it's me and a pen and my notebook. And each project has its own kind of notebook. And that's kind of really focusing for me as well. And like Lauren, I'll sit down and I'll write during breakfast. I'll write here at the library on my lunch break. I'll write when I get home while I'm eating dinner or after dinner, sitting on the couch. And just like sitting in one place with nothing else going on with pen and paper is, for me, some of the most like focused, productive time. I have never made the 50,000 words. I did my most writing last year, and I think I probably got to like 10 or 15,000, but I never actually logged my writing. I counted the words, but I never added them up and logged them because I was going through some personal stuff last November.
Yeah.
But I know that I wrote more than I had ever written before. And that, to me, was the best experience.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping I can do that again this year and actually work on a project.
It's very much an accomplishment that you should be proud of. Yeah. So, as a reminder, on Monday nights, we are going to be doing Writer's Salon. That's going to be a virtual program on MaxUC, so you can sign up on the library's calendar, and it's basically like a virtual meeting space to just talk about your writing. We'll do some sprints, some word prompts. You can vent about how words are hard and they're not doing what you want them to do. And we also have a couple of authors who will be coming to the library to talk about their own writing experiences. So if you're looking for some inspiration, we have Ethan Joella coming on Saturday, November 20th. He's written a book called A Little Hope.
A Little Hope?
A Little Hope.
Comes out November 16th.
Yes. So this is right after it's been published.
Yep.
We also have Tony Sclama, who is another local author. He published a medical thriller called Wrongful Acts, which is available to purchase at Browse About Books. And he's coming on Tuesday night, November 30th, so the end of NaNoWriMo. And we'll be talking about his own journey as a physician to a writer and how he used his own knowledge to help himself with writing his story.
Yep. Both are local Delaware authors, local to actually the Rehoboth area. Mm-hmm. And we're looking forward to having both of these authors here.
And you're also welcome to come to the library on Saturday mornings. And Monday mornings, the Rehoboth Beach Writers Guild comes, and they have their own meetings.
Yep.
In our meeting room.
And we will also be posting on Facebook and Instagram daily prompts first thing in the morning to get your fingers warmed up. Mm-hmm. So make sure you follow us and like us on those platforms as well, and we'll get you warmed up and your brain working for the day.
Get those creative juices flowing.
Woo!
So, happy writing.
Go write.